in the grey cap. His stable companion Candy's being shuffled along. Apollo 1 needs to pick up from the back, so too does Eros and Psyche. It seems as though the far side have it as they race inside the final 2 furlongs. And now the man comes through on the far side with Toca Madera, also with them Air Force One, and running on strongly is Corolla Point in the red jacket, followed then by Gold Star Hero. Air Force One has taken off inside the final furlong, and he leads. Air Force One comes home to take the opener. Air Force One has won it. In second, Corolla Point. Back in third, Toca Madera. Apollo 1 ran really well. Gold Star Hero, and then the man.
The man on board Air Force One was PJ McDonald. 1 ride, 1 win here today at York, and you said it was an important one. Why?
Yeah, well, I gave this horse a terrible ride one day. Should have won on him. And then we really fancied him one day here, and he pulled both his shoes off before he jumped out of stalls. Ran really disappointing. And he's an old sprinter, so it takes a lot to get him, you know what I mean, a lot of hard work to get him here in form. And when your opportunities miss like that, you kind of give yourself a bit of a kicking. But we knew he was in great form today. The form was in the book. He has been making life hard for us at the start, but I got away lovely today. Got in behind Danny, gave me a lovely lead, and he's really picked up. And I knew he'd see the next 5.5 out really well, you know, because he ran stead on so well over 6 here the last day. So, yeah, no, just I'm more relieved now just to let him get his head in front, you know, because he needed it.
Success for the Bond family, success in these silks. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's great to win here.
And had it been the plan for 12 months, essentially?
Well, more or less, yeah. He loves York. So do we.
And did you feel he was in really good form?
Yeah, he was in great form. Good nick. I was a bit worried about the rain, but I don't think it's got in yet.
Stardom Glory still out in front. Haffner, though, just beginning to find his top gear on the outside now, begins to join in. Behind them, poised is Gentle Hurricane between horses. Train is coming there with a run. So too Alfred Wallace on the wide outside is making up some ground. Haffner's in front here as they enter the closing stages, though. He's beginning to kick in quite impressively. Haffner from on the inside. Gentle Hurricane, Alfred Wallace and Train making no impression here, and Haffner's drawn clear by 2 lengths in the hands of Ryan Moore, and Haffner is going to take the Acomb. Does it nicely. In second place, Gentle Hurricane. Train third, and then came Alfred Wallace clear from Clash of Hearts, who ran well in fifth.
Haffner has just won the Acomb, actually quite impressively in the end for Aidan O'Brien. He was an impressive winner ultimately.
Yeah, no, delighted, Lydia. Obviously he's in Peter and Stephanie's colours. Delighted for John and Sue and Derek and Gay and Michael and Doreen. So a lovely horse. He ran a lovely race in Goodwood. Ryan thought he was a little bit babyish, a little bit green, that he would improve. He's a very good mover, so probably we thought the ground, the quicker the better for him, but Ryan said he had no problem. He handled it well. He thought it was good to soft, a little bit more soft than good. No, delighted. He's a lovely horse to lead, and every week goes by he will get better. He's a typical Justify. When they get to the front, they very rarely relent when they get to the front, you know.
Dangerous over on the far side. Look at Maltese Cross. He's cantering into contention, and behind them Superior Choice is trying hard as well. Maltese Cross just in front. Pierre Bonnard, though, is making it a great battle. He's got about half a length to find as they race now towards the final furlong. Maltese Cross by about a neck. Pierre Bonnard is battling away like a good one over on the far side. Christmas Day held back in third with Superior Choice, and Maltese Cross trying to put the race to bed here, and the Voltigeur begins to stay on Durley, and Maltese Cross under a penalty. Tom Marquand, William Haggas wins the Voltigeur in the colours of George Ward. Pierre Bonnard in second. Christmas Day probably ran well again in third. Then Superior Choice, Gallian and Antigua.
The question going into this, I suppose, was Arc or St Ledger. Has that made your mind up?
Not really. I don't think we have to make a decision today. But I think he will run with credit in both. I think he's a stayer. I think he went too early today. Tom admitted that, or came in and said, I went far too soon. But he keeps going, and I think he'll stay the trip at Doncaster. But whether we should have a shot at the Arc, I don't know.
Look, obviously George, Sam, William, they'll all have big discussions about what they want to do and what's right for the horse. And I don't think there's a wrong thing to do as such, in the sense that he races economically. Will he get the mile 6? Yes, he will. Do I think he needs the mile 6? No, absolutely not. He's very good at a mile and a half, and he's got speed over a mile and a half. So it's not, you know, it's not an essential move up in trip. But yeah, I'll be interested to see what their discussions come to.
Has the danger, there's a gap on the inside for Ombudsman, and he begins to engage as well. 3 in a line, back and forth. Aidan's been pulled to the outside with Zaydan inside the final furlong. Almaqam on the outside is in front. Constitution River looks held. Aidan might be delivering a challenge. Ombudsman is beaten, and it's Almaqam inside the final furlong from Aidan, closing by the stride. Almaqam and Aidan, and it's Aidan and Almaqam. Oh my goodness, what an upset here in the Juddmonte, back in third, Constitution River, and Ombudsman not his true self back in fourth.
Well, it's been amazing, but big thank you to the team at home, because we just had a bit of a sort of 11th hour scare with one of his feet, and they've been up all night sort of seeing to it that Farrier and Paul, my assistant, and Fab and Baz, who looks after him. I mean, they did an amazing job, because I did think sort of 48 hours ago we declared, but it was an iffy one, but it's come good due to their hard work, so thank you to them.
What a compelling race it was. Talk me through your immediate thoughts about it.
Well, I always liked the way we were travelling, but I didn't like the way we didn't have a lot of room, and to be honest with you, I would have been a bit gutted if he got beaten, because to me he travelled like the best horse in the race and just had to work a little harder to get his run, but he's very tough. I mean, he's a very good horse.
For a long way I was never really happy or comfortable. I thought we went along a good even gallop. But maybe that was just slow ground, kind of like Epsom, obviously not as slow as Epsom, but he just never really felt comfortable on it for most of the way around, or struggled. It wasn't probably till William joined him down his inner between the 4 and the 3, and that actually set him alight. Then probably lacked the gear to get in between Ryan and Kieran, had to come around him, but when he got levelled up, you'd love what he did his last furlong. Strong to the line, feels like a horse who will go back up and trip, and that's where you'll see the best of him.
In front, though, it's Ride the Thunder, now swiftly taken by Small Fry on the outside, who was so unlucky at Glorious Goodwood. He's not going to be unlucky today inside the final furlong. He's beginning to draw clear. Running on for second is Mountain Road. He's leaving it very late, but he's closing. Small Fry from Mountain Road. Small Fry needs the line. He's got there. Oh, he's got there well in the end. From in second place, Mountain Road, Ride the Thunder third, then Westminster Moon next. At home in fifth was Manxman.
Well, he's been threatening it for a while, but Small Fry has finally got his head in front at a big meeting. Dylan Browne McMonagle was on board. Congratulations. He has been working up to that, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's a deserved win for him. He's been running really well on the lead up to this race, and we're confident today that he would put his best foot forward, and the track, big galloping course, suited him today, got into a good rhythm, and he picked up well and did it easy.
On the near side, Dolos Dream is being shuffled along, and Tricky Tail is well outpaced at this stage, as indeed his underwriter on the far side. Out in front, though, it's Miss Yechance and Jack Nicholls in front, chased now by Baker Blue. Here comes Nana's Shadow on the outside, running another absolute blinder. Schrodinger's Cat, Manatee Maymas trying to make a race of it, with Stargaze running on nicely, but it's Miss Yechance and Jack Nicholls who are staying on really strongly here to take it. Miss Yechance goes on to win for the Karl Burke team. Manatee Maymas in second. Great run from Nana's Shadow in third. Baker's Blue and Old is Gold fourth and fifth.
And you listed the things that you wanted to achieve this season. What were they?
I wanted to ride my £5 claim out, have 30 winners and a winner at Chester and a winner at York, and I got them done quite early. So he said, what else do you want to do? And I said, I'd love to get a Heritage Handicap, so to do it at York especially is amazing.
Check, 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 check. You're going to have to think of some new ones now.
Yeah, I'll take a bit of thinking now. It's kind of been a season of dreams. I can't thank everyone enough for it, so I'm happy.
I'm sure you are. Talk me through that race, because she is rapid.
Yeah, I've never actually sat in her in a race before, but I spoke to Sam James before, and the boss was happy to just let her jump and get her own rhythm. If I was in front, I was in front, but in fairness to her, she's very tough. She's only small, but she has the heart of a lion, so she's very gutsy.
We're just exchanging. She's quick, isn't she?
She is, and I mean, she's only a pony. I mean, she arrived from Sam James, actually won on her first time out, I think, for Jack Jones, and then she got sold to run at Ascot, at the Ascot sale, I believe, and then went out to Dubai ran well over there, won a couple of races. I remember Sam saying she's tiny but she's fast, and then the owner sent her back to us. But she was left in Dubai for a couple of months, and she must have been in the air conditioning because she arrived a month before or 3 weeks before Ascot with a 2-inch coat on her. And I've seen that before with the horses in the air conditioning too long and they just grow a coat. And she didn't look that well. You know, she looked poor, to be honest. And I said to the owners, I can't run her at Ascot. She's not ready. And they pretty much insisted that she did. So fair enough. We sent her there off no work really, and I couldn't believe how well she ran. She got tired in the last 100 yards. Otherwise, she'd have split the two American horses, I think. She's that quick. And then since then, I thought, well, if she can run that well off no work, that's the way to train her, and do very little with her, just play around with her. And she looked well today. She looked great, and very, very happy with that.
The Dancing Pirate leads him inside the final furlong and a half. It's going to be hard to peg back Henley on Thames, and running on behind them, Super Tuscan over on the rail. He's got room. Oh, the leader, the Dancing Pirate, veering right off a straight line. It opens it up for Henley on Thames up the inside. The Dancing Pirate veering across to the far side. Henley on Thames over on the far side. Henley on Thames from Super Tuscan. The Dancing Pirate threw it away. God-given talent next. And then came Barely close up behind them in fifth.
Our last race has been won by Henley on the Thames in the colours of Ammo Racing. David Egan on board. Congratulations. He looked like he liked 6 furlongs last time at Hamilton. Were you coming here with some confidence?
Yeah, it was always in the back of our mind that he would want 6. Rodrigo, who consigned him at the Breeze Ups, always said he was a 6 furlong horse. We started him over 5 at Sandown on slow ground, and a typical Sandown green horse. He just climbed a little bit, and what I thought is he didn't handle the slow ground. He ran okay next 2 starts over 5 furlongs. Adequate, but always expected a little bit more of him. Got the job done when he stepped up to 6 furlongs, and he really stayed it out well at Hamilton up the hill. Knowing stamina wasn't an issue, but hadn't in the back of my mind, we're back on slowish ground today, just to get him to travel into his race. I got a nice lead into it with Usheen, and just waited to come for my run, went left. I think the rail was an advantage. Obviously, Usheen's horse ran off a true line, and he's done well today, but I think obviously 8 stone 9, it does help carrying less weight, but another winner for Persian Force, which is really important for the team.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.